What's up, everybody? I'm going to talk about how viruses don't cause people to be sick. Sick people cause or make viruses. And I was actually just staring at this fire, looking at that when I was thinking about this, because we get a lot of things backward. All right, fire is one of these things. We look at things burning and we see light, and then we think, oh, the sun in the sky must be a fire, right? That's backwards, right? The fire exists because fire is light. Light is not fire, okay? And there's a big difference between that. Viruses. So viruses are a solvent. It's a cleaning agent of the body. When the body is sick, bacteria keeps a lot of the things in our body at bay. And when the bacteria get overloaded because the body is toxic or toxified by external chemicals or stress or radiation or emotional disturbances, sometimes the bacteria can't do their job. And actually, a cold is a result of bacteria toxicity. Bacteria eats the bad stuff in the body, the garbage, and it is very efficient, but it still excretes waste. And the abundance of this waste in our body gives us a cold. Okay, that's the function of. The fire is about to tip over. The function of, and I'm going to risk it for you guys, the function of the body having too much toxicity that the bacteria is consuming so much waste that it is excreting so much that the body can't handle it, then you get a cold. All right, and colds are okay. It's a result of bacterias. Now, the bacteria gets overloaded and it's not able to clean up, then the body creates a virus. And so viruses are created by bodies to keep itself healthy. Now, sometimes the viruses can't, how can I say this? Sometimes the virus produces waste, and that waste also gives us what we know of as being sick, okay? And then when the scientists go in and they say, this person's sick, what do we see when we look into the body? We see viruses, because the viruses were what the body produced to help the situation of you meaning the person they're looking at, you being sick, okay? So a sick body produces viruses to help itself be unsick. Doctors go in and they see the viruses and they're like, oh, the viruses must be responsible for this disease. Similar things happens with cholesterol, and I've lectured a lot about this. Cholesterol, HDL, LDL, those are not even cholesterol, those are proteins, HDL and LDL, and the function of these things are to heal abrasions in our arteries. So when you have somebody who has a very inflamed, unhealthy lifestyle and has a heart attack, the doctors and scientists go in and they see all of this, what they call cholesterol, but it's build up of these lipoproteins, and we blame that. We blame the cholesterol. Cholesterol is a very healthy. It's a very healthy function of the body. There was abrasions in the arteries. The cholesterol went there to help out. The person was so sick that it was tearing itself down from the inside out, that the so much cholesterol goes there that it blocks the blood flow. The cholesterol is not, I want to back up. The cholesterol is what goes and patches the body. We measure the HDL and LDL, but the cholesterol is what we're seeing. The cholesterol is there to help. You were just so sick and so unhealthy and so, quite frankly, in harmony. You're inharmonious to the way that we should be living, that the thing that went to help then becomes a burden, and then we blame it on it. So that's like walking into a building and seeing firemen and saying, oh, every time we walk into a burning building, there's firemen here. The firemen must be causing the fires. Let's kill the firemen. Okay? That's what we're doing. And we're backwards in so many ways. I even want to go so far to say that gravity. So I mentioned the sun. We got the sun backwards. All right? Light is not fire, everybody. Light is something else that I lecture about all the time. It's not what the purpose of this video is. Fire is light. When we see a fire, we're looking into light because light is stored in the wood. When we look at the light source, we can't use the reverse analogy, all right? Cholesterol is helping us. It is not the reason for the heart disease. There's another reason for that. You're sick. Viruses, same thing. Now, we're going to get to corona in a second, or whatever the next virus is that happens. I gotta maintain this fire. Things are falling out of the fire. All right, so gravity. Now I'm trying to wrap my head around it. The thinking is that mass causes gravity. Okay? I don't have this figured out yet, okay? But there's a way to think about gravity causing mass, okay? And I want to say that it has something to do with attraction, maybe even attention and consciousness. That which has the most gravity has the most mass, as opposed to that which has the most mass causes gravity. But I'm not there yet. I don't have the understanding of it, and I don't have the understanding of the virus. But I'm gonna say one thing. So whether it was man-made, created, or it was created by humans naturally to eliminate and clean up the body, caused by probably all over the world, we're experiencing the same type of sicknesses, the same type of pollutions from our chemical factories, the same type of pollutions and chemicals in our food supply, the same type of electromagnetic pollution. We're all experiencing that. So it makes sense, just like a forest fire. When a little ember goes into a forest, when the fire is burning, all of the forest is about ready to catch fire. And when it eventually does somewhere, everywhere else just needs to increase, like maybe 10 degrees. So right when that little ember touches down, boom, everything is ready. It's already fuel. It's already ready to burn. So forest fires spread almost like it was all coated in gasoline, because it's been very hot for very long and everything's dry and it's right on the verge of igniting. As soon as any sort of flame comes in there, it ignites and it spreads. So the same thing can happen with viruses if everybody has the same sickness, because the virus goes in and it causes signals in the body to do certain things, and those viruses multiply and they cause because they're trying to clean up everything, they cause a toxicity in the body that manifests, is that the right word? Is experienced as disease. And if we all have this same way of being, then we're like the forest just waiting to catch fire. Okay, as a human species, we're all living the same unhealthy lifestyle, and soon as a foreign virus from another person who maybe created it comes out into, and I'm gonna get to if we didn't create it, all right? I know some of you guys are like, wait, but it was caused in a laboratory. Got it, okay, but still the same function exists. Whether it was caused in a laboratory by people who know this about viruses, or it was caused organically, it's the same thing, or it was caused by another animal and then injected into a human by our elites to start this whole pandemic. It's all the same. We all have the same lifestyle on this planet, and so we're like the trees in the forest as the virus comes sweeping through. And guys, I'm not gonna get sick, so I'll get to the remedy of all this also. I need to add some more wood to the fire. If we're all living the same unhealthy lifestyle, we're going to be swept by this virus. The virus is going to be inhaled by you. It's going to go into your body, and your body's going to respond like, oh, damn, this is what I've been waiting for. Let's get rid of all of the toxicity in the body. Let's get rid of all the shit that this human has been doing with its life. The virus goes in, it puts a bunch of signals and chain reactions, and then the person is too overwhelmed even by like the cholesterol clogging the arteries. If a very, very sick person gets a virus, they're not going to be able to survive it. They're not going to be able to survive the onslaught of what's happening because of it. Now, I'm not a virologist, can't even say the word, or a scientist, or anything. You know, you shouldn't listen to me. I'm just talking right now. These are just my thoughts. I'm not claiming anything. I'm not saying you need to believe them. This whole channel exists as just an expression of self. Now, back to what if someone created it? Okay. Maybe we're the virus of the earth, you know? And like a virus is a solvent, it's made to detoxify. Maybe there was something on this planet that needed us, you know, and everyone who's positively motivated about the human race knows that the human race is responsible for the ascension of this planet. So maybe how it was before wasn't right, and maybe the death of the forest, the death of the air, the death of the ice caps, if you believe the ice is actually melting, all of this stuff that we're causing is actually necessary for the earth. And through that, maybe the virus realized that itself was getting too much, so then there was a creation of an actual virus to remedy the overpopulation of, which, again, I'm not saying I agree that we're overpopulated, I don't. I was just walking through a forest right now and I didn't see anybody for miles, so there's no overpopulation here. Anyways, think about these things, okay? Sometimes we look at things and we're like, oh, that causes this. And if you just sit back and think, like, no, actually it doesn't. I've been told my entire life that the sun is a burning ball of gas up in the sky, and we've always been wrong about the sun, right? Our notion of the sun has been evolving. What if light is something else, something that we, you know, aren't really comprehending on a regular level, and the light is actually what causes the fire down here as opposed to the other way around, the fire causing the light. The cholesterol thing, the virus thing, the gravity thing. What else is there out there that we have the cause and effect flipped, okay? Because just like time, past, present, and future doesn't really exist, this cause and effect thing also doesn't exist. So even though I'm speaking from cause and effect, which suggests past, present, and future, that's all technically and non-technically an illusion, right? And so what is causing all this? Well, it's us, right? And so as the cause of the virus, as the cause of this vacation some of you are on, or as the cause of this massive stress and anxiety some of you are experiencing, you know, all that matters is knowing the answer to the question of why you created this. All right, I'm back, and I actually forgot to say the main thing I was supposed to say this whole time, which is, if you don't want a virus, then don't be sick. Your body will make bacteria and viruses. It'll harvest, it'll promote bacteria and make viruses to take care of itself. And if you don't want to be picking up other viruses, whether created in a laboratory, injected into you with other animals' viruses, or catch viruses that are floating through the air or on surfaces from other sick people, then the answer is to be healthy, okay? Because when that virus comes into your body and your body recognizes it as a virus, it has a choice. It has a choice to go with the program of the virus and let it run through the body, or it'll just reject it. And a healthy body will reject a virus if it's unneeded, if there is no need for the virus. So it's pretty much as simple as that. The cure to all disease is health. And if you haven't been healthy, if that hasn't been a priority in your life, then don't be surprised, Maybe it's okay to be fearful if if you've been choosing sickness. Because then it is a very real threat. If you're healthy, then you don't get the virus. If you get the virus and you thought you were healthy, well, maybe you weren't. Maybe you're old. Maybe the body's ready to go. I am in no way saying that deaths are not happening, but I am also in no way saying that deaths shouldn't be. Death is a healthy part of life. In our body, cells are dying constantly. Cells are eating each other. So yes, I can say these things. I'm okay with the elites murdering and torturing. I'm okay with that. We do the same thing within our own body. There are no others, people. We are them. We are selves of this planet, and we are all living to the best of our agendas, and sometimes those agendas clash. And I tend to look at things as giving everybody free will, even those that dominate others against their free will. That is their will to do that. And I don't leave it up to myself to make judgment on that. I do the best I can to explain why. But to judge serves no purpose. Again, my opinion. And I'm just talking here.